So this piece is written by Nikki. It's called Masquerade. The clothes were still crumpled on the chair, exactly where she'd left them. They seemed extraneous now, strange. Julia looked at them. They might as well belong to someone else. For a second, she couldn't bring herself to touch them. She left them on the chair. They need washing tomorrow anyway. She wandered aimlessly around the house, dragging her bare feet on the carpet. One of the privileges of living alone was that no one was going to ask her what she was doing. And yet, with no one around, she didn't know what to do. She felt empty. She sat on the floor of her room, with her back resting on the hard metal frame of the bed. She hadn't turned the light on. The penumbra gave the room a melancholic atmosphere, she thought. It was just as well. Julia found it artistic and wished she could take a picture of this moment with her mind. The soft light made the cheap furniture look beautiful, dramatic even. She imagined herself as the protagonist of a French film. Sometimes, when she was completely alone in the evenings, if the planets aligned, she'd get a moment like this, a moment of peace and perfect stillness. A moment in which she could look at herself from the outside, detached, without feeling anything. Julia couldn't have explained why these moments were so important to her. She wondered if it was similar to how people feel when they meditate. Above matter, a spectating conscience. As suddenly as it had come, a moment passed. The annoying scratching of the old carpet on her ankles, the hunger in her stomach and the dull ache between her shoulders. They all mattered again. I'm about to go out. No, just a pub. I know it's a weekday. I won't get drunk, Mum. I'm not a child anymore. She gripped the sheets tighter, could feel her nails pressing painfully on her palms through the cotton. Yes, of course. I'll send you a good night message when I get home, Mum. I'm running late. No, I really need to go. Love you. Julia felt proud of herself. Perfect performance. She let her arm fall to her side. The phone bounced on the bed a couple of times and ended up on the floor. She didn't pay it any mind. She glanced at her worn-out trackies and at the holes in her shirt. She wasn't going anywhere. Julia stared at the row of hangers, weighing the pros and cons of every dress, blouse and romper. Looking at her closet felt like looking in the costume department of a theatre, each outfit belonging to a different character, perfect for one role and immediately discarded for the next. Who did she want to be today? What impression did she want to give? At times, she hated living alone. Being with other people gave her a purpose, an appearance to keep up. With no one around, she had no audience. She wondered if she was only someone in the company of others, if there was no real Julia at all. What does a lonely actor do on a dark stage? What does he do when the curtains are down and the theatre is empty? She had no answer. She felt in limbo, always waiting for the next show. A little probing voice in the back of her mind asked if other people ever felt like this. Julia didn't have an answer for this either. Julia liked to think of herself as high-functioning. A high-functioning what? She couldn't say. The important thing was she'd learned to say all the right things and smile at the right moments. No one was ever able to tell that something was not right. She'd made a mask for herself, and it had been carefully designed. She looked spontaneous and kind, always upbeat, the type of girl you can't help but like. No one had ever tried to dig deeper. Sometimes she felt she wanted to tell someone about it, someone who would compliment her acting skills and understand her, but she could never do that. She could never tell anyone, or the act would be broken forever. It was unthinkable. This was her most jealously protected secret.